This is Ina with some remembrances of the Ladies' Aid Society. I couldn't find any bylaws for the group, and maybe there were none. All the women of the church that were members of the church were members also of Ladies' Aid Society and could come to the meetings. They met at home, in homes, or at church. They met for Bible studies and lessons in homes mostly. In the early years, I noted that they knitted gloves and stockings, anything to help the troops that were overseas for the First World War. They met the troop trains that were going through with coffee and cookies. They made money for different projects and sent to the service people that they knew, and of course they were very busy baking cookies and sending them to their own members of their family that were in the services. That was for the First World War and Second World War. The Ladies' Aid Society, I don't think they called them society, I think they were just Ladies' Aid, Lutheran Ladies' Aid. They did all kinds of things at the church. They called on new church members. They took turns as families cleaning the church each week. They set up the altar area for the special services or each service for communion. They took care of the funerals and wedding preparations. They also started the old-fashioned smorgasbords and mission dinners at that time. I just remember the early 40s, maybe late 30s. Hilma Lindborg, Rich Lindborg's mother, made the Swedish aprons and hats and vests for all the servers for the smorgasbords. I do remember Regina Randberg always made the coffee. She had the huge coffee pots there that they boiled the water in and then added the coffee and so forth. And she always cracked an egg into the coffee pot. And she said that cleared the coffee grounds, and it was great coffee. There were other ladies in charge of one. Mrs. Carlson was in charge of the bruna beaner, and that's the brown beans that were made with kind of a sweetener in them and a little vinegar. They were good. I do remember there was a competition between the Men's Brotherhood and Ladies' Aid. During the annual meetings, it was quite humorous always because of the competition, and during the time they made their reports, they had a few jokes on each other, and that was always fun. Ladies' Aid disbanded in, I think, the first part of the 60s when they joined Miriam circles that then were split into units, and the Ladies' Aid decided to call their group Augusta Unit, and that was named after their good friend and member Augusta Fallstrom.